at 7:30, we got our first of 4 7:30 games. We got 4 7:30s, 1 8 o'clock, 1 10:30, and 1 11 o'clock game. But at 7:30, we got number 1 Georgia, who's 4-0, traveling to Missouri, who is 2-2, thanks to obviously some elite play at the end of the Auburn game. Georgia favored by 29 points on the SEC Network. Stetson Bennett has gone 92 at 124 so far, threw for 1,224 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kendall Milton on the ground is at 37 carries for 208 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Brock Bowers through the air had 15 catches for 276 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brady Cook through the air has gone 69 at 109, thrown for 805 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Nathaniel Pete has had 47 carries for 225 yards and a touchdown, and Dominic Lovett has had 21 catches for 376 yards and 2 touchdowns. Georgia's 10-1 against Missouri all time. Last 8 games have gone to Georgia from 2014 all the way to 2021. Only Missouri win was in 2013, and it was in Athens, Georgia. They have never beaten Georgia at home. So that's an interesting thing to note here. It is going to be at Missouri. So at least that's somewhat of an advantage for Missouri, but let's be honest here. Actually, let's talk about the games last week. I was talking about Auburn, Georgia, Missouri a little while ago. I really don't feel like going over all of that again, but to be very concise, Missouri tried harder to lose against Auburn than Auburn tried to lose against them. Georgia is 4-0, but probably had their worst showing last weekend. Heading into the game, they had allowed 10 total points. They had allowed 0 points against Stanford, 3 points against Oregon, and 7 points against South Carolina. It was very likely that they were going to hold Kent State under 10 points as well. Wrong. Kent State scored 22 on Georgia, and at one point in the second quarter, the score was 12-10. That was probably one of the worst showings defensively from Georgia I've seen in a while. Kent State, a team that is probably going to finish middle of the pack in the MAC, not rhyme, but somehow gave Georgia a run for its money, which should give you hope if you're Missouri, but also you should know that Georgia's coaches were not going to be happy with that performance, and Georgia's going to play their butts off this weekend against you, which isn't the greatest news in the world if you're a Tigers fan. Obviously, this would be one of the bigger upsets ever, right? Missouri beating the number 1 team in the country, 29-point dogs, would be a bigger upset than 25-point underdog Middle Tennessee State beating Miami last weekend. But yeah, Georgia's going to win this one, and they're going to cover the 29-point spread, and I would be very surprised if Missouri scores more than 7 points in this game.